So recently I've run into an issue with my Roland digital snare. Part of it was a pad issue, part of it was my own fault. Basically, I started getting issues with the cross-stick detection. It was giving me cross-sticks when I was just playing rim shots. So for whatever reason, the cross-stick detection was obviously thinking that my hand was on the head when it wasn't. So I did what I assumed would solve the problem. I popped the head off, and I very carefully gave the touch sensors a wipe down to make sure that they weren't covered in dust. And as it happened, I wasn't barking up the wrong tree. That did solve the cross-stick detection issue. But while I had the head off the drum, I thought I would also have a quick look underneath the foam cones. Now, the main reason that I wanted to check over this is because years ago, the solder joint on the center cone piezo actually failed. At the time, I think I was only a few months out of warranty, so I really didn't want to have to pay for a brand new trigger basket. So I opted to resolder the wire back to the piezo, and I added a little bit of hot glue just to try and secure the solder joint, and that totally worked. I think I've been using it for 4 years or so since I did that, but the foam cone in the middle has always had an ever so slight angle to it, and I've always been worried that at some point it's going to come loose again. So checking it all out to make sure that the connections were still holding up just made sense. However, after peeling back the foam cone a bit to check the piezo, I must have damaged it somehow. I ended up having to crank the sensitivity up from about 6 or 7 to 11, and unfortunately the positional sensing on the head pretty much stopped functioning properly at all. So at some point I'm going to try replacing the piezo inside the digital snare. However, I'm in the middle of building some kits at the moment, and I don't really have the time to invest in trying to fix this problem, so I ended up ordering a new trigger assembly from Drum Tech. So that's the only place I could really find to get one anywhere in the UK. Well, imported from Germany. So let's fit this inside here and see how it goes. Out you come, and in you go. Fresh head. I'm not sure what this is about. I'm going to have to go and investigate. And now it's happened on this side. I can feel a lump here. I don't know if it's the head or if it's the basket. Yeah, my old one fits perfectly. The new one does not. Okay. Right, that looks better to begin with. If anything, that's actually performing slightly better than it was before, so I guess my original fix job did have some kind of effect on the triggering. Positional sensing is performing exactly as it should, and I've even turned the sensitivity back down. So that was nice and easy. Fingers crossed fixing up the old one won't be too difficult, and then I guess I'll see whether or not I can place that into a different shell. If you want to hear some horror stories about other flagship gear that I've had issues with, check out this video right here. Cheers!